Yeah.
What's going on?
How are you?
Well, I'm still here in North Carolina, just, chugging away. People wear their masks here.
No.
Yep, my husband came up. He left today, but he's been here for a little over a week, and he was making some remarks. It's like, "Hey, everyone follows the rules." I'm like, "I know."
Yeah. It's amazing, isn't it?
It is. People just put on their masks and there's no protest. There's no stuffing some sort of animal drugs down their throats. It's just they just wear their masks.
I
It's an
thought it was
amazing
a
thing.
suppository.
Of a mask suppository?
The animal paste.
Oh, yeah. I think it's kind of nice not to be around all that. Although I'm sure if I go out a little bit further than the research triangle, I will see it. But yeah, it's a very different from our area, Florida, fortunately.
It's crazy. It really is that people are just still annoyed with this.
Yep. And then I got to hear from some people about their thoughts on the Biden mandate, the vaccine mandate, and
Do tell.
well, I guess some folks, and it's too bad we don't have Aaron on here, but I guess there was some issues with forced vaccinations back in the past, and especially with the military. So there's some pushback on the hey, I'm just reporting what I've heard. But I'm like, okay, come on, enough's enough already. And I think it's correct, but Sheila, you may be able to, correct me on this. But I think if everyone wore masks, I don't think we'd have so many variants. Or
That's
if they
true.
vaccinated, right? If they got vaccinated, rather.
The problem is the virus continues to mutate. Once it
Hmm.
finds a host that's not suitable to reproduction, it'll mutate so that it can then stay in the host and divide and conquer. So viruses are pretty sneaky like that.
So if everyone was vaccinated, would it be more apt to, I guess, adapt, or would it go away?
It would go away.
Right. So that's my point, is that if we have everyone vaccinated, then we can just get rid of this thing. But no,
Right.
but no.
Well, the problem is people in Africa haven't even gotten the first vaccine. And
Mm,
so they're still traveling. So they're bringing the mutated virus here.
yeah.
And we could have a 100% vaccination rate in the United States. You'd still have to wear a mask because of international travel.
So I don't know what science fiction movie. It's probably been a lot of different science fiction movies that have been like really, I guess prosaic and what's happening right now, right? And I think there's some, I can't remember which one it was, but it was when everyone really lives in a virtual reality. It's not the Matrix, but it's something a little bit different. And that people just kind of live in their bubble and they talk to each other virtually and they do things virtually, they eat virtually, they do everything virtually. So maybe we're going to be that like that one day, just all virtual.
I have
Eh,
no clue.
Sheila, maybe we are right now. Maybe we
I,
are just some like little maybe we're just
I,
a computer
I don't
program.
see you.
Maybe we're just some kind of computer program and we just think that we're doing this and we're not really, just
Then
like the
I would not
Matrix.
have this background.
Well, that's what you think you think you can't change it. Maybe if you thought hard enough you could. I
No, because
know.
I'm not on a 50-foot catamaran in the Caribbean right now. So
Well, maybe you just need to expand your mind and use more than the 10% or whatever it is. This is a really good diverted topic, right?
yes, absolutely. So I'm trying to think of what else has been going on around here in Florida. In Florida.
I haven't heard too much other than the students are going back to school and people are starting to wear masks. And I see that the COVID um, hospitalization rate is starting to decrease. So I'm not sure if that's, I had my own, I don't know if you remember this, Sheila, but I had my own sort of theory about
Yeah,
why COVID sort of spikes in the late summer. Do you remember my theory?
I don't, but I remember you had a theory.
So my theory is because it gets so hot in August, that's really the worst time of the year, that people don't really want to go outside, right? So it's just too hot. So people kind of congregate more indoors because it's so hot. That's my theory, and that's why it kind of blows up in the late summer.
I think you're right. It would make sense, especially down here in the South, that we have a higher rate in August. The interesting thing about the Florida numbers, aside from the fact that the governor has not really been upfront with their correct numbers, he's still doing it, I think, once a week. Even though the hospital rates have gone down, the number of people dying has gone up. So yesterday.
Well, I mean, you can think it's like a 2-week kind of time frame, right? I guess that's what if you see the hospitalizations go up and then 2 weeks later, you'll see the deaths go up. I think that's the way it used to be, but things are changing.
We have right now in Florida the same amount of people dying per day as the people who were in both towers on 9/11. That's how many deaths the state has every day.
Every day?
Yep. Yep. It's very entertaining down here. It's just really kind of sad.
Per day?
Yep.
So I'll have to look at my New York Times, because I get my New York Times, I guess they have a COVID feed, and I'm still programmed for Hillsborough County.
Oh, good.
So I need to look to see, because I haven't seen that, but maybe I haven't looked at it in the past couple weeks.
It's statewide. It's not for Hillsborough, but it's statewide.
Oh, but it has Florida on there too. So I will check it later, because I did not realize that. Yes, just to make sure that we're always accurate on the show, Sheila. Always. No opinions here, only facts.
Yeah, okay. Let's just go with that.
Speaking of alternative realities, wouldn't it be a great sort of alternative reality if we were all to sort of think about different diseases and things that people are, I guess, have problems with, or pain, if that was just gone?
That'd be great.
So something like maybe arthritis.
It'd be great to find a cure. I mean, arthritis has been around forever.
Yes. And you having your hip problems maybe can understand how debilitating that can be.
Well, and mine's just basic arthritis, but there's an evil kind of arthritis out there that's not your typical wear and tear. And I think our next guest should be able to enlighten us on that kind of arthritis.
That's right.
And I wonder where she is. Oh, there she is.
Wasn't that a good introduction? What kind of alternative reality would you like?
Oh.
Maybe one where
there's so many. Can I only have one?
Well, you can if you could just close your eyes and think really hard.
Arthritis doesn't have.
Yes.
So, Tracey,
I'll start to cry if I do that.
Oh, yes. Most people know about osteoarthritis, which is kind of the thing that everybody gets as you age, or you are a runner, you get arthritis in your knees, but that's just more wear and tear. Yeah. You're talking about a different kind of arthritis, aren't you?
Right. Well, with the Arthritis Foundation, we've actually pushed to kind of maybe change even the name of it to autoimmune disorders, because there's hundreds of things that fall under this umbrella, but rheumatoid arthritis is the one that's really serious, and it has many different kind of sub-diseases. There's a systemic arthritis which affects your organs, and people and children especially will die from that. There's arthritis in your eyes. You can get it in your eyes. You can get it. Women get costochondritis, which is the inflammation of the little tiny bones in between your sternum, and it just feels like you're dying. So I mean, it's just all kinds of things. But yeah, it's not just an old person's disease, that's for sure.
See, Anna, it's not my fault.
That's right. It's not Sheila's fault. Yeah.
Well, no, yes. So what kind of, arthritis has come a long way in terms of treatments and things. So what has happened over the past 20 years in terms of new up and coming treatments as well as preventative measures?
Well, we've got a better understanding of what happens. Am I cutting out?
Yeah, no. So we're just kind of rolling with it. When you cut out, we just start talking about other things.
Okay. So we've got a lot of research. We've raised a lot of money. The Arthritis Foundation has funded a lot of fellows and research scientists for various different drugs to help our patients. It's gone from, Sheila and I were talking earlier, of these crazy treatments where they would inject gold leaves, gold fillers into them, to what we have now. We have a lot of different treatments, and you kind of go down the list. If you're a patient or you're a parent of a child with it, we kind of start out with basically a chemotherapy drug, and we work from there. The biggest drug now is biologic drugs. And the problem with the biologic drugs is they're very delicate. And so the needle that they're delivered in is a little larger. And then you have to also take this methotrexate, the chemotherapy drug, and it kind of goes around and protects the biologic drug so that, the body isn't attacking it, because that's what rheumatoid arthritis is. It's your body attacking yourself. So we're trying to suppress the immune system with these drugs to give your body a fighting chance.
Well, one of the things that we saw a lot of in public health was people who were taking the tumor necrosis factor drugs, the TNF blockers, which is Humira and the other ones, that they develop rebound diseases like tuberculosis. So we had a lot of patients who were getting these, getting Humira, and they'd wind up with tuberculosis. And they're like, I'm a 68-year-old white woman and I've never been out of the country. How do I have tuberculosis? Well, you were exposed at some point. So it's you put kids or people on these drugs, and the side effects sometimes can be just as bad. Yeah,
that's why you have to have the blood work done, once a month or once every 6 weeks. And, the fear of parents is, are you helping your child now, but you're killing them later, basically. And it's a very stark reality. But you have to weigh the options. You have to give your child the best chance that they have to live an active, full life. And that's what parents face. And there are 300,000 children diagnosed with arthritis every year in this country. And then arthritis as a whole, all forms of arthritis are the leading cause of disability. In the United States, there's about 60 million Americans with arthritis. Yeah. And it is the leading cause of lost production in the country for our working people. Yeah. Yeah, because you can't go to work if you can't get out of bed. It's a bad disease.
So in terms of how, if people in Tracey's phrasing, which is really funny, and some of the poses, you'll see them on the show. They're pretty funny. So in terms of how our viewers would, what are some opportunities for them to get involved? What can they do? How can they donate? Where's the link? Where's the things they can, money speaks. So how can they get involved and donate?
It sure does. Right there is a link to the local arthritis office. And then if you do suffer with arthritis, we have a lot of great things. We have the Live Yes Network, because a lot of our patients, they're always told, no, you can't do this, little Johnny, because you have arthritis. No, you can't do this activity. So we like to have the Live Yes Network. So Live Yes Network has all kinds of resources. We have, a help number to navigate dealing with insurance companies, because and so we can help you navigate with that on the Live Yes Network. We have a helpline, and then we also have toolkits for living with this disease. And we also have outreach, and there's community groups that you can be involved in. So you're just not alone, and there's a lot of support out there. So it's the helpline at arthritis.org is the website, and then you can actually download the Vim app. It's VIM, V like Victor, IM, the Vim app, and you can track your pain, and it can help you kind of see what is aggravating to you in your disease.
So there's an app to track your pain
progress. Yeah, it's called the Vim app.
Okay.
VIM.
And that helps in terms of monitoring activity, or explain how the pain.
Well, you can put in your, your pain progress so that you can look back on it. You can show it to your doctor. You can look at it and see if there's certain things that are affecting you and your disease. So because everyone's different, everybody's body is different. So that can help you. And then plus it's a lot of research and data for our scientists and our people that are collecting that information to try and help others as well. So we're all in this together.
Right.
So, and then of course we have locally in Tampa and across the country, we have the Jingle Bell, which is in December the Jingle Bell Run, and it's a lot of fun. You can dress up your dogs, you can dress up your kids, your husbands, your wives, whatever, and go out and have some fun. And
It's
you
a
know, we're
fun run.
jingling. It's a lot of fun, and you don't have to run. You can just walk, and it's a lot of fun, and it's a way to kind of jingle your way into the holiday and raise some money for a great cause.
When is it in Tampa, the Jingle Bell Run?
December 11th. It's at Steinbrenner Field,
December 11th.
right on the baseball
Look
diamond.
at that. Aaron's put it up there. Isn't that great?
Perfect.
If you want to get
Nice.
involved, we had the links here. And then if you want to do the Jingle Bell Run, you had that link right there. Walk, Jingle Bell Run, walk. Okay, yes, because I'll be walking.
Yeah, I'm not going to run.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm not
we're
running on my
arthritis.
YouTube.
You know. The people with arthritis probably aren't running, so
No.
most of them. Yeah, we're walking.
Yeah, I can walk.
Well, thank you, Tracey. Thanks for all the information. Again, we
You're
have
very
all your plugs right here.
Oh, but wait, there's
but-
more.
Is there more?
We have to switch Tracey's hat because
Oh, I don't have a hat. I'm sorry.
I thought we weren't supposed to talk about this.
we are.
Oh, I thought we weren't supposed to.
No, the other person. The other person.
Oh, okay. Well, I was being okay. I would have gotten into that longer, but go ahead, Sheila.
So, Tracey, if you can spin around in your chair.
I will. Look at me.
So, Tracey has another project that she works on with one of her daughters, and it's called the Period Project. And we've had Jennifer was on from the Seeds of Hope Food Bank last summer talking about the need for feminine hygiene products at food banks. And Tracey's going to talk to us about how they can be a lot more targeted and what they need, especially in the Tampa Bay area. So, Tracey, welcome. Welcome to our show.
Yes. Thanks for having me. I feel like I've
Yeah.
seen you before, long ago. So 1 in 4 women struggle to provide themselves or their children with period supplies every month. So that's a lot, 1 in 4, just because of the cost of them. They're very expensive. And a large percentage of women miss work every month, at least one day, because they can't afford to purchase the period supplies that they need so that they can leave the house and go to work. It's also a big problem in prisons, and unfortunately, they will not let people donate to them. But women are definitely are a disadvantage. In prison, they're allowed 1 pad a day, and a lot of times they cut them up and make tampons out of them and try and get them to stretch out. But the Junior League in Tampa started a period pantry in 2019. And they are they're partnering with some people like Kotex and to try and get some supplies. In many states, period supplies are taxed. In Florida, surprisingly, they are not. But it's a huge, huge problem. I know. Can you believe Florida's doing something right?
Hey, we can't,
But
don't
so
say it too loud.
Low-income housing. So our low-income, the working poor, are really they have the biggest problem with it, and it's not covered by Medicaid. So even the poor, the very poor, still can't get it. So Junior League is doing this. The Democratic Women's Club of Southeast Hillsborough County is collecting supplies for the month from September to I think the first week of October, and then we're going to go down and make a big donation at the Junior League house. But that they need supplies desperately. So it's a great organization and it's a great cause, and we need to bring more awareness to this, because a lot of countries period supplies are free.
Mm-hmm.
So
I feel like the period supply companies or feminine hygiene product companies are owned by some pretty large companies like Georgia Pacific, Procter and Gamble, I would think. I mean, come on. Can't there be some kind donations? Or even not like
well,
kind?
they do donate a lot, but I see your point. Yeah. I know Scotland was the first country to provide free supplies to their citizens, and I think there's 9 other countries that do that. But of course, we are not one of them, which I
No, and
just don't know. I
Tracy,
just can't imagine.
If somebody gets food stamps, they can't use food stamps for period supplies, correct?
No,
But
you
they
can't
can
use
use
it
them
for
for
that.
diapers. They can
I
use them for
believe
diapers.
I believe they can use them for diapers. The Junior League has a diaper bank, and they're doing this in conjunction with Period Pantry. So they do have a huge diaper bank as well, because that's a big need. But yeah, and I know that if you do want to donate, that pads are preferable to tampons, just because there is some stigma still associated with tampons in some communities. So about, virginity and sexuality. So that's a little bit of a touch. So they prefer pads, but they will take anything, and the package can be open even, as long as they're all, individually wrapped. You can have if you had a brand that you didn't decide you didn't like, you can donate the rest of them. So they'll take everything. They do make little kits for people that have like different sizes, or, the pads, mini pads, some tampons that they will give out each month.
And so where can people donate these again? Just to plug it.
They can donate it. They can go online. There's a wish list, an Amazon wish list for Junior League of Tampa. The Junior League of Tampa period products called the APS and American Period Supplies, and they can donate right from to the wish list. They can call me at 813-967-1457, and we can make arrangements to get that dropped off, and we'll go ahead and get it all down to Junior League next month with our donation. And they can go online to Junior League of Tampa, and they can just give money.
Well, I'm going to Costco tomorrow. Maybe I'll have to hit that aisle.
Costco. Walmart has apparently the best prices if you're a Walmart shopper, and of course there's some on Amazon. But yeah, any brand, any size, whatever you can give, they will take it. So they're not picky.
It's not something that I would ever have thought of, that there are women out there who can't go to work because they have their period.
Yeah.
Or kids can't go to school because they have their period. It's just, it baffles me that this, in 2021, this is happening.
Yeah, I was shocked when I started hearing about it. I maybe in the back of my mind, I knew that, that they were expensive, but I just never, thought, oh, well, you can't get them if you're, on Medicaid. They're not a approved purchase. I would have never thought that.
It's a luxury product, don't you know?
Yeah, it is.
It is. That's what they. I guess I don't know. It's it's very frustrating to find out more and more things that make you ashamed.
Right. Well, no, unfortunately, we had heard this a little bit, so it gets more awareness is the better. And then whenever you go to buy some for yourself or for your daughters, you just buy an extra one and donate it. But having I could say some things, but I won't, living on a string, but we have to wrap it up. Apparently Erin is telling me that her computer is dying. And if our computer dies, then we die too.
We're dead.
Yes, we're dead.
Oh no.
Yes.
Well, thank you very much.
Thanks. Yes, thanks for everything you do, and you're so involved with everything. So we appreciate your contributions, and thanks for coming on the show.
I just have one more question. If we see the period panties, will they be taking donations of the period panties?
Do those work?
I heard they do.
Really?
I don't know. I haven't heard. I know they can't take Diva cups.
Yeah.
So that's the only thing I haven't heard.
That does make sense. The Diva cups do make sense, but the period panties, I don't know if those really work. I really don't want to test it out personally. No. But yeah, that's a thing. I think the younger folks are using those. We digress. But
Tracey, thank you so much.
Oh dear. Well, thank you, ladies. Thank you so much.